Hello, everyone. Here's a quick update to the top 10 heavyweights after March 8th, as of Monday, March 11th. So I did a very extensive breakdown of all of the top 10 fighters as ranked by The Ring. And it's a very long video, but you can click on the timestamp for each individual fighter if you wish to know if you wish to hear my analysis of each fighter. But quickly, at number 10, actually, for the bottom half of the top 10, meaning numbers 10 through 6, nothing changes because none of these fighters were involved in the Knockout Chaos card over the weekend. And the only switch that could have happened did happen in the top half of the top 10. All right, so let's start at the bottom. Start with number 10. That's Agit Kabayel. He stays exactly where he is. I don't feel like he should be any higher than number 10 in the top 10. We could even question whether he deserves that top 10 spot. But on the plus side, he has a very interesting fight style, so he does make an interesting foil for someone who's either a boxer or a boxer puncher or a brawler. Also, if you can't get past Agit Kabayel, you probably don't deserve to be moving up in the rankings of the top 10. Okay, number 9, I already said stick a fork in him. He's done. Don't want to really see Deontay Wilder fight anybody in the top 10. I just want to wish him well and see him have that farewell fight I described in the extended video. So I think we just scratch out number 9. Number 8 is Joe Joyce. Stays exactly where he is. Think he deserves a top 10 spot. Number 7, I scratched out also. That's Jared Anderson, who's sort of whining and complaining about being too young and being too successful. So it's like, you know what? If you don't want to be here, we don't really need you. There's plenty of other heavyweight guys who would gladly scrap their way into a top 10 slot. So let's get rid of number 7. All right, and then at number 6, we have Frank Sanchez. Good technical fighter. Not so sure that he's been truly tested just yet, but he's deserving of a slot in the top 10. Now, on the other hand, I don't think number 5, Filip Hrgović, deserves to be a top 10 heavyweight, in spite of his record, in spite of the fact that he supposedly beat Zhilei Zhang. And I'm hoping that somebody who's remaining in the top 10 can kind of knock him out of this top 10 rankings altogether. I honestly don't feel like his lack of fundamentals is going to get him any further than it has, unless he has some grand awakening and renaissance of his entire training regimen and decides to completely relearn everything from scratch. Okay, so that's 10 through 5. So we have 2 complete scratches, which is the number 9 slot, the number 7 slot, and I'm hoping that somebody takes out the number 5, which is Hrgović. So now in the upper 5, the only switch we have is Zhang was 4th, and we had Parker at 4th and Zhang at 3rd, but Parker deserves to switch places with Zhang, right? So now we have Zhang at number 4, Parker at number 3. And this is really a key position, I think, because I feel like Parker earned the right to call out 2-1 in the champ, right? Parker earned the right to call out Joshua, Fury, or Usyk. I mean, we'll have to wait until the May card plays out, if it does in fact play out. But after that, I feel like, Joshua's scrapped his way to the position he's in. He deserves a shot at one of these bigger name fighters. Now, on the other hand, Zhang well, maybe Zhang or Frank Sanchez or Joe Joyce can fight Herkovich and banish him down to the lower ranks, somewhere sub top 10. But I think, maybe there's a semifinal type four-man heavyweight tournament that needs to happen between Zhang, Herkovich, Sanchez, and Joyce. The winner of that can deal with Ajit Kabayel, maybe. But in any case, I definitely feel like Parker deserves a shot at the top. Joshua, in spite of his dramatic KO win over Ngannou, can't move up. We can't really just arbitrarily push him up, switch places with Fury, because Fury he does hold the WBC belt still. He's been able to postpone his fight. That doesn't mean he falls in the rankings. It just means we're all kind of waiting around for May to see if the Fury-Usyk fight actually takes place. But I definitely think, if Parker, in the meantime, wants to call out Joshua, that's fair. Joshua didn't take any damage whatsoever in this fight. He could probably get back in the ring next week if he wants to. I think no matter what, every fighter deserves a week off from the gym, and really should take a week off, because training camps are so intense, not just physically but also mentally. Even though Joshua didn't expend a lot of energy, so to speak, in the ring, because it was only a round and a bit, there's a lot of mental toll in the preparation for Ngannou. So you need a mental rest as well as a physical rest. After that, I really think, hey, if Parker wants to call out Joshua, more power to him. And then they can both wait and see what happens in May. But I think the other fight we all want to see is Joshua Fury, right? So, well, tell me what you think. Tell me what fights you're looking forward to in the heavyweight division. But there you have it. There's my revised rankings.